Hey, how's it going? It's Tim Brown, and we are talking about three surges that are happening in the home improvement market right now and how they're affecting lead generation, which is what we're all about here at Hook Agency. My name is Tim Brown, and this is the wickedly talented Adele Dazim. No, just kidding. It's my wife, Bia Bonte.
Hi.
And we've been quarantining together. We played a lot of Monopoly Go, is all I'm going to say. But anyways, we knew that people were going to be a little exhausted of Zoom meetings and just watching that constantly. It's getting tiring. So, we're coming back in the office slowly, and you and I can be somewhat close to each other because we've been quarantined together. So the first thing that is a surge in the market that we're seeing is in the area of sales. People are seeing results from video sales consultation. I've seen some people who've had even better results. There's less time involved with going to over to your computer versus setting up this long hour-and-a-half coffee meeting. Sometimes a meeting only needs to be 20 minutes.
And I think it's a really good way to establish relationship and talk about budget without having homeowners that don't want to waste their time either. So I think if you can get that initial vibe, are we even gonna fit as far as our personalities or budget? Sometimes it's just better to knock it out right away as opposed to having a super long commitment. So
exactly.
I think that's a really good thing that's happened, and I hope it sticks around.
I think it will. I think people are gonna get real used to only having 20, 30-minute meetings if they only need to be that long. So hey, that's going to probably carry past us. There might be kind of this, once we're allowed to kind of have meetings in person more often and that kind of thing, I think that there's going to be a good amount of people that do that for a little while, but then maybe, hey, we can do more video in post-COVID life. The second thing, I'll let you handle this one. We're talking about event marketing and video marketing kind of in one.
Yeah. And just one of the biggest things that I know happened was the Parade of Homes getting canceled, the spring Parade of Homes, and that's a big lead generation for a lot of home builders and remodelers. So just trying to figure out ways to promote things that you've done, show some of your projects that you are really proud of in a different way. Leveraging your social media is, of course, a huge thing to do no matter the time of the year or if we're in lockdown or not. But I think spending some of that time that you maybe would have spent hosting people at the Parade of Homes, really make sure that all of your recent projects are up on Pinterest, up on Houzz, any other platforms that you use to share things that you've done, making sure those are updated and people can see the scope of what you do. So I think that's been people have a little bit more time to do that, and people are stuck in their houses, so they just want to get inspiration for their next project. So they're looking.
Yeah, and so we're normally very gung-ho on these home tour type things. I believe the Artisan Home Tour, the Parade of Homes, whatever it happens to be, if you're in a different area of the country, they're very, very awesome for lead generation. So when they are going on, do them. They're one of the best ways people get leads. But when they're not going on, find a way to give that vibe. Find a way to help invite people in and show your absolute best work. We know a lot of video people, and they, other types of video that they'd normally be doing, maybe they're not able to do right now. So there is a kind of a hunger for this work that may have been, not as intense before. So talk to your local video team, and we can give you suggestions if you're interested. So the other surge is what I'm going to just refer to as it's after. We're talking about after this. And we don't know when that's going to be, but keep your eyes peeled because there will be a surge. There will be a post-COVID pent-up demand. Yeah. So one thing I've seen on other home services businesses besides remodeling and home building and roofing and things like that, plumbers, HVAC, electricians, just say you're open for business. There's a plumber that we brought into our home during COVID that we had to, we did the social distancing and everything, but we had to get something done. I had to get, I guess we didn't have to. I wanted to get a bidet installed because, no, no toilet paper. So
Very nervous about that.
it was actually really useful. I'm not gonna lie, it was super useful. But yeah, basically they had up on their Instagram that first of all they did a promotion that was, if you like us on Instagram, $50 off your service. So I liked them on Instagram, and then I saw their pretty regular posts that just say we're open during this time. Mm-hmm. And maybe you don't have all this beautiful work to throw on house, but maybe you just need to make sure you're reminding people that you're open. Mm-hmm. And if you're the one that reminds them and then, they think of something that they need done in one of these areas, you're the top of mind person. That's one of the best parts about social media is being top of mind.
And I think using your website to call out what you're doing to pivot, people are probably going to be tentative about having people in their homes for a lot longer than just whenever lockdown ends. So we've actually done this on quite a few of our clients, is putting up a little banner on the top saying either if you're doing virtual consultations, click here to schedule something virtually, and then you can bring that to a different version of your contact page and just explain how you're handling the situation. People are curious how different businesses are handling it. Construction has been deemed essential in Minnesota, so talking through the steps that they're taking to make sure that it's safe for both parties involved, but making sure that when someone lands on your page, they can see, yes, we're open, we're doing virtual consultations, so that people don't have a question of whether you're open or not.
And I think it's kind of the general consensus that people are happy if you're doing some kind of precautions, right? They're happy that if you're taking some measures to make sure that you're limiting the spread, right? So if you use gloves, if you do social distancing, no touch consultations and stuff like that, really making clear what your policies are so that they don't have to feel anxiety if they, you're 7 feet apart and you're having a discussion about their roof or their plumbing or their whatever. And I think that makes a lot of sense for any home service right now. We believe there will be a lot of pent-up demand after this for remodeling services, for lots of different things that people maybe didn't feel comfortable doing before. So even if you have seen a lull during this time, take heart. If the spread in your area starts to slow significantly, there will be people that start to want these services, need these services after this all slows in your area.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and just kind of like we talked about, using this time to make sure all your social media profiles, take this time to actually do any of your other efficiencies, make sure your sales efficiency, your sales process is locked down. Just because I do think that people are going to get a lot busier after this is done. So use the time that you might have right now to help you in the next couple of months.
Yeah, we were putting stuff on people's sites. Here's our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 step process to getting your consultation done. And sometimes it's we didn't have our process that clear before all this. Yeah. Maybe this is reminding you of processes that you needed to clarify. And we do this all the time on people's websites where we're trying to line up those 1, 2, 3. We're trying to make it as simple as possible for people to work with you. And if you don't have it super simple, then that's an opportunity. And that's like you're saying, that's a really good place to start. If you have disjointed sales processes now, how can you simplify it to the most important pieces, not for you, because your internal processes are probably a lot more complicated, but for other people, it's really good that they don't feel the anxiety around, I don't understand their 7-step proprietary process. It's just 1, 2, 3, get it done. Making it as simple as possible is really crucial. So anyways, those are 3 surges that we're seeing in the home services, home improvement markets right now and how they'll pertain to lead generation. And we hope that you guys have a great week. Bia's going to join me for the next couple podcasts and the next couple videos on here. So appreciate you guys watching, listening. Have a great week.